Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy MKS here, back with another video. It's taken a while. Yesterday I got, I didn't get to upload any videos because I was a bit tired and demotivated. I've been like that quite a while. I don't know if it's because it's winter or autumn or whatever it is now, or whatever. For whatever reason, I've just been lacking energy and whatever. I need to eat better maybe or something like that. Obviously that's my own fault, but anyway, I wanted to talk about dyslexic and black people as troubleshooters, which I'm hoping to do tomorrow. And I put troubleshooting in speech marks because I'm using the term very loosely. By that I mean problem solvers, sorry, not troubleshooters. And today I've been struggling to get motivated and to have the energy and whatever. I was actually going to go to the gym, but I've decided not to because I wanted to finish these videos off. I haven't started them yet, but I was going to go to the gym about this time, but as I was sleeping too much and then I had my dinner and that kind of thing, I thought I'd just leave it for today. I'm hoping to go on Friday because I think I'll be busy going for dinner tomorrow. Anyway, sorry for giving my nice life stories, but anyway, this has been a struggle because I was trying to research, and by research I just mean check on Google, research in my own way. I suppose what's the point of research? I suppose to find information. But the point of these videos that I'm making tonight, technically, or whatever, is to raise awareness and hopefully help people to think about like mainly black British poets. So I was trying to find black poets, and I was trying to find British ones pretty much, and also contemporary, which is a big word for me. And apparently contemporary means living or current. In other words, there's other words you will see, but I won't say them. But what am I talking about? I don't know. But yeah, so I've been trying to plan for it. And I suppose I could have just shared the link, but on my timeline or whatever on Facebook, although on YouTube I wouldn't be able to do that, I don't think. But well, I suppose I could share a link on my channel on some other video. But I thought, because I'd already mentioned doing this and I sort of planned for it, I'd do my best. And I messed up really because I was thinking next week I wanted to cover artists, and then the week after writers, because it's like poor poets, artists, and writers. So I thought I'd do it in that order. Black poor, as I put it. Obviously P.A.W, poets, artists, and writers, but obviously poor, having a double meaning, I guess. But yeah, an acronym, as I say, for poets, artists, and writers. But yeah, I wanted to keep it mainly British because it's Black History Month here, and the reason for that is I'm hoping to focus more on Black Americans in February, Black History Month in America, all being well to do the same. But yeah, I was trying to find black British poets, and why I messed up, I think I should have just started by typing up in Google list of 40 black British poets or whatever, or something like that. And I did that in the end. I was like, oh, why didn't I do that in the beginning? Because I made it really difficult for myself. Now, when I write on paper, I don't tend to write in numbered list form. I tend to, for some reason, but I've done it this time because I thought it'd be a lot easier. So 40 black British poets. Some of them are actually not British because I was sort of struggling for time, so I've just added black poets, including from America or whatever. I also meant to include some from Africa as well, perhaps, but I mainly wanted to focus on British ones. Now, I've got to admit also, I didn't really do much research on them that much. I might have written a little bit about them, but I hope I'll inspire people to go and check them on Google and check out their writings. So I did want to find out more about them, like what sort of poetry they've done and that kind of thing, but I didn't quite get around to that. But anyway, I'm going to crack on with the list and a little bit about them. And so in some cases, I might not really include much other than, or might only include even their name. But I'm thinking after this, I want to go for a walk, hopefully with my cat, because hopefully he'll find me somewhere. He goes out all the time and for ages. And then I want to feed him. But anyway, I'll talk more about that maybe a bit later. So I'll try and get back to topic. So 40 black, mainly British, preferably contemporary, i.e. current living people who are still producing poetry, hopefully, including written and of course spoken. But in some cases it would be African American suppose I could have included more from Africa itself. And also some are unfortunately no longer with us, but anyway, here goes. So number one, in no particular order, really, these are just the orders I've read them in or whatever. And another thing is I'm hoping I don't repeat too many of them. But I'd love to know at the end of this video if this mad list of mine would inspire you. Sorry if I'm not the most coherent, but would it inspire you to check out these poets and find out more about Black British poets and the works they've written. I think like Works Wednesday as well. So anyway, number one, Linton Kwesi Johnson. Linton Kwesi Johnson, CD, I don't know what that means admittedly, is a Jamaican-born, British-based dub poet. I've got to admit, I don't know what a dub poet is. Well, I've heard the term before, but I don't know what a dub poet is. I don't know if that means they sort of rhyme like a rapper or whatever. Again, I don't know what that means. Maybe I could check that some other time. But as I was under time pressure to get this done, I haven't really checked it out. But I have heard it. I think Benjamin said for now. Spoiler alert, I'm going to cover him probably a little bit later. But I think he's a dub poet. I could be wrong. But yeah, I don't know what the term dub poet means. But anyway, he's a dub poet and artist as well. In 2002, he became the second living poet. The second living poet. I beg pardon. He became the second living poet and also the only black one to be published in the Penguin Modern Classic series. But yeah, please check him out on Google or whatever social platforms. They have, apparently on the BBC they have to say other social media platforms or whatever are available. But yeah, you can find out lots of information about Black British poets or Black poets generally on Google, of course, or probably Bing if people still use that or whatever, if that's still going. But or whatever search engine or whatever you might want to use, unless Google pays me commission. Number two, J. Bernard. Sorry if I butcher a lot of these pronunciations because my pronunciations are not very good. Even my own, I probably pronounce my own name wrong. As some people say, sometimes I even forget my own name. So please forgive me if I butcher any of these pronunciations, especially if they're like African traditional names. I don't want to offend people and say this big thing on Facebook. I don't want to offend people and sort of pronounce names wrong. I don't mean it obviously disrespectfully, but it is by mistake if I do pronounce any names wrong, of course. He's described as a defining voice in British literature. Again, for more information, please check out this website. In this case, please check out the website blackhistorymmonth.org and the poets section. Poets section. I keep having to put this down so I can do like my quotation marks, but I'll probably just say quote unquote rather than actually that. But yeah, please check out more about him. Third, Bernardine. Again, sorry about my pronunciation. Bernardine Everest. I haven't really written much about them. Four, Ko Chingonye. Again, apologies about pronunciation, butchering, all that kind of stuff, butchering pronunciation and that kind of thing. 5, Malika Booker. 6, George the Poet. I assume that's not. I mean, George the Poet is probably like a nickname or whatever. Obviously, I assume his name George. Sorry. 7, Raymond Antrobus. 8, Grace Nichols, who is a Guyanese poet who moved to the UK or Britain, whatever you want to call it, in 1977. She was formerly a journalist and teacher in native Guyana. Her first collection, as it's described, is I is a long-memoried woman. Won the Commonwealth Poetry Prize in December 2021. She was announced as a winner of the Queen's Gold Medal for Poetry. She has published, she has published 4 or more. I'm saying potentially more because I don't know when this was written. So she might have written more by then. collections of poetry for adults and several for younger readers. I don't know how many, but several for younger readers too. So if any young readers want to check that out. So I'm just trying to get rid of this stupid message on Facebook. So yeah, trying to remember where I was in the list as well. Sorry. Again, more info can be found on Google and or the Guardian newspaper. The Guardian newspaper is a little bit annoying when you check it online. I don't really read newspapers. One thing I was going to say is I don't really read much, but I'm trying to support these in my own way. For those who do read, and some of them are spoken poets, so quote unquote spoken poets, so you can check out their videos or whatever, or check about them on YouTube or Google or wherever. But yeah, it's on the Guardian newspapers. A lot of time they ask for money and stuff like that, donations, but you can probably try and ignore that. But yeah, just a heads up on that one. And I'm trying to read where I was. Apparently, I am on point number 8. So yeah, sorry. Good job. I number pointed them, quote unquote, number pointed them. This habit of putting things in quotes, but numbered lists. I would put in quotes for some reason. But yeah, otherwise I won't forget where it was. So again, when I write on paper or receipts, envelopes, notebooks, or whatever, any sort of paper-based stuff, quote unquote paper-based stuff, I don't really use numbered lists normally for some reason, but and unlike when I'm typing or obviously in these videos, good enough. But number 9 is James Berry. I haven't written much about him, sorry. But again, you could Google these people if you want to. I hope this inspires people to go and check these people out. Number 10, finally for now, is John Agard. Again, I haven't really found out much about him, but I mean, a few of them I did read about, but I didn't really want to write too much because one, I was under time pressure to try and get these things done. I've been feeling under stress to try and get things done and remember things and whatever. I wanted to get around to finishing part 4 of the thing I made last week, and I hope I do, but I don't know if I'm going to run out of time. And tomorrow, going out for dinner, I've got to try and I think instead of doing my writing on paper tomorrow, I'll just get on to what I was going to do on Tuesday, like dyslexic and or black troubleshooters. I wanted to do it on the 14th, because by troubleshooters I mean problem solvers. But yeah, I'm hoping I didn't forget anything. I'd love to know what you think about my list. I'll say my list, the list I'm covering here. Obviously, it's not my list technically, but these list videos, or this video in this case. But yeah, I'd love to know what you think about these poets. If you read any of their work, it'd be interesting to know. If you heard any of their work, it'd be interesting. And has this video inspired you? And will these videos inspire you, and or your family, your children, or whoever from the Black community or from other communities who want to support the Black community to check these things out for Black History Month or just generally? I'd love to know. Hopefully I didn't forget anything, but I'm going to crack on and go for a walk, hopefully with my cat, then feed my cat, and then ASAP get around to part 2. But yeah, I am struggling to organize my time. But on that note, peace and love, and I'm out.